Hey everyone, Random Randy here. This is going to be a short little video tag that everybody has been doing called 10 non-yarny things about me. I was tagged by Dana of Tabitha's Treasures. I was probably tagged by a bunch of other people too, but honestly I have been absolute garbage at getting an opportunity to watch videos lately with everything that's going on. So if anybody else has tagged me, you are awesome and I appreciate you for thinking of me. So I made a list of stuff and I'm just gonna read the things off and kind of elaborate a little as I go, but hopefully this won't take too terribly long. Also, let me know if you can hear me all right, because I do have a stand now with a little ring light, which is all fancy, up over here for my phone, and I'm giving that a try for recording. So let me know how that works. All right, so 10 non-yarny things about me. I am an only child. I don't have any brothers or sisters. I am the second of what would have been 4 children. So I am the miracle baby, and I try not to have an ego about it, and we'll leave it at that. Number 2, I am a published author. It is self-published, but I do have a few books available on Amazon, and they are primarily in the paranormal romance category. Hopefully at some point I will get to write some more horror-ish things. And another thing in line with that writing bit is I actually have been kinda sorta offered a paid writing gig for another YouTuber who does horror stuff and needs a script writer, so that would be pretty amazing and super duper cool. Number 3, where I grew up in New York, I actually grew up near 2 castles, Bolt Castle and Singer Castle, so that's pretty awesome. I don't think very many people in the United States can say that they grew up near 2 castles, much less that they've ever been in one, unless they were able to have the funds to travel to Europe at some point. So that's a pretty neato thing. Number 4, I am an eclectic pagan. I am more of a spiritual person than a religious person, and it doesn't matter to me what your religion is, as long as you are a good person and your faith helps you to be good to other people. That is all that matters to me. If you use your faith to put other people down and put yourself above them, then clearly there's an issue with that. Not going to dwell on that one for too terribly long for obvious reasons, because I don't like to go, you know, politics and religion and parenting practices are 3 things that if you want to maintain friends, you really don't generally talk about those things in depth. Number 5, when I was very young, I think I finally let that dream slip to the side when I was about 8 years old. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a veterinarian. The idea of being able to help animals get well and do whatever I could in my power to help make their lives better and help them heal was very appealing to me, until I got old enough to realize that unfortunately veterinarians, like doctors, sometimes have to deliver bad news and cannot save every animal that comes into their office, and I don't think I could handle that. I just couldn't. And for people who do, you're awesome and you're wonderful and we appreciate you, but I do not have the fortitude to be able to deliver that sort of bad news. Number 6. This one is kind of random, but it just says 10 non-yarny facts, doesn't say what they have to be about. So number 6 is one of my favorite sounds in the entire universe is the sound of a leather jacket creaking. I know that's really weirdly specific, and I really enjoy the smell of leather jackets too, but both of my parents always had a leather jacket when I was growing up. So that sound and that scent is just a very homey, relaxing, safe sound and scent for me, I guess is the best way to describe it. Whatever. Next one, number 7. My favorite sweets and pastries in the world are anything that has actual lemon juice in it. Lemon poppy seed muffins, lemon cakes, lemon head candies. I don't know why. I don't even really particularly like lemonade. And I obviously don't just eat raw lemons, even though maybe some people do. Not my thing. But lemon sweets are the best. Definitely the best. Number 8. I am teaching myself Japanese. I have been on a mission to learn Japanese to a capacity where I could be considered fluent for a very long time, but I haven't really been trying very hard. So I pick up a few new phrases here and there. I can actually pick up a lot of it just by ear, but my ability to respond is kind of lacking. And don't even ask me about written Japanese, because that's definitely not something that I've really done much as far as studying goes. Yeah, but I really like the sound of Japanese. I think it's a gorgeous sounding language, and I've been an anime and manga nerd since I was a very small child, thanks to my cousin Kate for the most part. So I have learned to enjoy watching things with subtitles because the dialogue is so much better when it's directly translated from the Japanese, and I like the way their voices sound better. Most dubbed anime, the dialogue is just kind of hokey and over the top and just, it's too much. It's like it sounds so much more eloquent when it's directly translated from the Japanese. Personal preference, I guess. In line with languages. Number 9. Is that really 9? Yeah, number 9. I took Latin in school for a total of 7 years. The way that my middle and high school did languages is for 5th and 6th grade, they offered 4 languages, and you took each of the 4 for half a year during 5th and 6th grade. So we had Latin, French, German, and Spanish, and got to take each of those for half a year. And then in 7th grade, you took an additional half year of the single language you were choosing. Then 8th grade, you took it for a whole year, and you could continue to take it for more years in high school. So I am really good at knowing whether or not in a horror movie the Latin that they're using is legitimate or not. And I'm pretty good at figuring out what something is based on its scientific name, which is in Latin. Beyond that, it hasn't really served me much of a purpose. Well, no, I take that back, because taking Latin for as long as I did makes it so that I can pick up lots of bits and pieces of French, Spanish, German, Romance languages. Doesn't really help me with any of the Asian languages I'm interested in learning. Pretty much at all. But that's me. I'm big on learning things. I like to research. I may not be formally in school right now, but I like to think of it as every day is an opportunity to learn something, and you should be learning something new every day, even if it's something small. Education shouldn't stop just because you're done being in the institution that is school. Personal opinion. People who brag about, oh, I haven't read a single book since I graduated from college. I'm sad for you. I am genuinely sad for you. You are missing out on a lot. A lot of awesome things. Last thing, number 10. I, in line with more learning stuff, because that's what Randi does, I was actually top in my criminalistics classes that I took in college. despite the fact that I was not a criminal justice major. I was actually a liberal arts major, and my major was humanities and social sciences, which means that I pretty much did whatever I wanted. Lots of psychology, sociology, philosophy, things of that nature, and then I had to take a few math classes to have requirements, which was dumb. But anyway, I took a lot of science classes just because I wanted to. I actually took anatomy and physiology 1 and 2 in college because I wanted to be able to more realistically write about injuries in my fiction. And I took criminalistics classes for similar reasons. Never really planned on writing thrillers, and it's never really been my thing, but I thought it would be something good to have under my belt. And I even had my professor for my criminalistics classes, who was a former cop, say that it was a shame that I wasn't considering a career in criminal justice, because out of all of the other kids in the class who were criminal justice majors, I had the most passion for it and retained the most knowledge about it, even to this day. Yeah, even though the first day of class was super duper scary because my father and his brothers got into a lot of trouble, not necessarily of their own making, when they were younger, and because of that, my last name's reputation preceded me. So he had to ask me whose daughter I was, and when I told him, he was like, oh, he's a good guy. Got into a lot of trouble, unfortunately, because of being around the wrong people at the wrong time, but your dad's a good guy. I'm like, yes. So, that is 10 non-Yarny things about me. Random Randy. So, I'm just going to leave this open for anybody else who hasn't responded to the tag already. If you feel like making a video, just come up with 10 facts about you. If you're somebody who has been watching all of us Yarny vlog people for a long time, and you've considered starting up a channel of your own, why not make a video that's a jumping off point that is not necessarily yarn related? It might be something that will kind of relax you and open you up to the idea of just being in front of a camera, because it's something that does take a little getting used to, but once you're used to it, you don't even think twice about it anymore, honestly. It's almost more weird to not be on camera, if that makes any sense. So thank you everybody for watching and hanging out with me, and I hope you all have an awesome rest of your weekend. It is currently the 12th of January 2019, so I will catch you guys all in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.